Prairie Grove and nearby community members gathered today to honor Clinton and Kristen Brink, victims of the Devil's Den murders. The event helped raise funds for the Brink Memorial Fund, set up to go directly to the family. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman was at today's event and spoke to community members about what this all means.
Community outpouring, it's been massive, and it shows up today in what we were able to put together.
David Faulk is the mayor of Prairie Grove, a city he knew would come together in times of tragedy.
The culmination of the community coming together, and then the evidence of that. So when you walk out here, you just see it. You see it in the items, you see it in the food, you see it in the people coming together.
Saturday's event had music, free food, and a community-donated auction.
And it shows up today in what we were able to put together, what we're able to do between the Bean Brothers, the Pie Lady, Washington County Sheriff's Office, Tyson, and some of the other big donors.
With 100% of the proceeds going straight to the Brinks Memorial Fund, Prairie Grove and its citizens wanted to show the true identity of the city and Northwest Arkansas community.
We live in a very special place. This was a tragedy that happened. I hope that this will ease the burden a little bit, letting them know what kind of a community is here.
Steve Bartholomew and Lex Wetzel of the Prairie Grove Bean Boys started donating their cooking skills during COVID.
We're cooking like 600 chicken pieces, and that's quarters and halves, 300 each of those. We're cooking 170 pounds of beans, and every pot we got over there has a ham and ham hocks and onions and all the fixings in them. We got 1,000 hot dogs that we've got donated.
It means the world to me.
Bernice Hedrick is the Prairie Grove Pie Lady. She donated her baked goods for today's fundraiser.
It's very special to be able to give back. The community helped me in a time of need, and now I've been giving back ever since.
Hedrick says even though the Brinks didn't live here long, they are still a part of the community.
Come to Prairie Grove, you're kind of stuck. You're a Prairie Grove person always.
In Prairie Grove, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.
Earlier tonight, the city of Prairie Grove posted a video on Facebook of the Brink sisters thanking everyone for their support. The mayor said tonight the event raised over $47,000. Well, turning now to the forecast, here's a live look over Highway 71 in Fayetteville. Joshua Weisel's here with us in the Weather Center. Those in Little Rock had good weather. Up here in Fayetteville, we had even better weather for a hog win. Hey, Joshua.
Yeah, and the weather today, it's been very comfortable. In fact, I just stepped outside on the patio here before the show, and it feels really, really nice out there. That's thanks to this high pressure that's currently sitting over the region, leading to those clouds leaving our area and those comfortable temperatures and the calm weather. So it's going to stick around here for a while. Right now, 58 in Fayetteville. Nice and comfortable evening across the area. Tomorrow might actually be a little bit chilly to start off with because we're already in the 50s and lower 60s. Poto currently 61 out there. The hourly forecast, we're going to lower our temperatures into the lower 50s, maybe even upper 40s tomorrow morning in northwest Arkansas due to the clear skies and the dry air that we've got in place overhead. And then we've got those temperatures into the mid to upper 50s for the river valley. So we're going to be watching this as we head into tomorrow morning. Like I said, it may be a little bit chilly at times. All the full details on that here in just minutes.
Thanks, Joshua. A Rogers Public School admin building was damaged in a fire this morning. RPS Superintendent Jeff Perry told 5 News the fire began around 10 a.m. in an office on the west side of the building. The admin building was unoccupied at the time and there were no injuries reported. The cause of that fire is unknown and still being investigated. District leadership will be relocated to an adjacent building for the time being, and admin support staff will work from home. Well, the Arkansas Razorbacks picked up a historic win in Little Rock today, thrashing their in-state opponent, Arkansas State, for the first time in school history. Carter Thweet from our sister station in Little Rock was at the stadium before the game.
It felt like the whole state of Arkansas turned out for this game. Every person I talked to said they were from somewhere different. They had a lot of other things to say too about the game, the atmosphere, and especially who would win.
Where are y'all coming from today and who you're rooting for?
From Hazen, Arkansas, and A-State.
Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Okay, and you're for the Hogs.
Oh yeah.
We're coming from Jonesboro, and we're rooting for the Red Wolves.
I think this is one of the most exciting atmospheres we've seen.
Everyone's super excited, and a lot of people said they were coming, so that's really exciting because our whole student body, I feel like, was on the way here.
Y'all ever think you'd see a game between Arkansas and Arkansas State?
I've been waiting 50 years for this, and it finally come true.
No, I never thought they would get it together. All the back and forth.
Graduated from there, played there. I've wanted it forever.
I don't think it matters which team you're rooting for. This is going to go down in history.
Hogs by a million! That's the last thing I got to ask y'all. Give me a final score prediction.
We're going to win. It's going to be ugly.
It's a good practice game. 53-17 Hogs.
Reverse of his.
53-17 Red Wolves.
Amen.
I think the Hogs are going to get 31 and the other team's going to get 10.
24-31 Red Wolves.
21-14, go Wolves.
47-17 Razorbacks.
6-6.
Wow, defensive battle right here. I love it.
I think the Hogs are going to crush them.
36-20.
Okay, who's winning?
I hate to say it, but U of A.
31-10 U of A.
I think we're going to get in the 70s and then they might get in the 40s.
Okay, high scoring game.
I do not really like the Wolves.
As you saw, some of those fans predicted the 56-14 beatdown from the Hogs. We'll have the highlights and the victory and what head coach Sam Pittman had to say after the game later on in sports. In national news, the Trump administration now says it plans to deport Kilmar Abrigo-Garcia to Eswatini in Africa. They earlier stated plans to deport him to Uganda. Earlier this year, Abrigo-Garcia spent weeks imprisoned in his home country of El Salvador after he was mistakenly deported. He's currently in ICE custody after being brought back to the U.S. to face human smuggling charges. Last week, a federal judge ruled he can't be deported until at least early October. This comes as more and more Chicago leaders agree a federal immigration crackdown could just be around the corner. Today kicks off a week-long celebration of Mexican Independence Day. Some community events have been canceled, but a parade today went forward as planned. Dermont Terry is in Chicago with the latest.
Thousands lined the parade route despite new fears of deportation. Olga Cook is a U.S. citizen, originally from Mexico.
It is a concern every day going out the house and being with my family or my friends.
Scattered in the crowds, volunteers on the lookout for federal agents, each armed with an orange whistle to send a warning if immigration officials showed up. It was a real possibility following President Trump's ominous social media post.
And for the president to come out with these threatening words is disgusting.
President Trump has recently zeroed in on Chicago, criticizing crime levels despite state and federal data showing crime in the Windy City is declining. Chicago police recorded the fewest homicides this summer since 1965. Trump has threatened to send the National Guard to Chicago as he did in Washington, D.C. His Guard deployment to California in June was recently ruled illegal by a federal judge. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker expects the Trump administration will use a different playbook in his state.
And part of their kind of nefarious plan is begin with ICE, cause mayhem on the ground, and by doing that, say that there's a need for military troops on the ground to protect ICE.
CBS News has learned the Trump administration is pushing forward with a plan to turn Naval Station Great Lakes, about 50 miles north of Chicago, into an immigration operation staging area. According to an internal government memo obtained by CBS News, the Department of Homeland Security requested roughly 250 agents and 140 vehicles on the base. That internal memo says that federal officials could use that naval base for 30 days. That means the federal crackdown here in Chicago could last for several weeks.
Well, back here at home, the Ozark Natural Science Center held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for new signage on their fully accessible hiking trail. The signs will provide guests with a guide tour of their environmental surroundings around the Toms Trail for everyone. It was all funded by the Beaver Water District. The Natural Center's executive director says that people walking on the trail will learn plenty about forest, meadow, and pond habitats.
So they're able to learn about all the different topics that we teach here at ONSC, like trees and bird identification and geology and night sky and pond habitat. And that way they could go at their own pace on a trail that is built for anybody to use.
The trail is named after a former ONSC board member, Tom Edmondson. It was dedicated in 2022. Well, this morning, farmers market vendors competed for the best salsa in the annual Tomato Fest in Fayetteville. Free samplings of raw tomatoes were given out, as well as the salsas. All of the produce and salsas were provided by vendors at the market today. Julia Denherter is the outreach manager for Fayetteville Farmers Market. She says the event allows market visitors to explore outside their comfort zones.
Connecting people with maybe using a tomato or using something that's familiar in a new way. And so people are always astounded that, like, oh, purple tomatoes taste just a little bit different than a red tomato, things like that.
First place received $100 in market bucks, market merch, and a market tote bag full of seasonal market products. And finally, it's time to get your tickets out. The latest drawing for the now second biggest Powerball jackpot ever just happened moments ago. Here they are, the winning numbers. That's going to be 61, 23, 62, 44, 11, and 17. Hope someone's getting lucky. The jackpot was just under $1.8 billion. It's getting closer to the record $2 billion jackpot in 2022. If you are somehow the lucky winner tonight, you can choose to take the 30-year payment plan or the one-time cash payment option, estimated to be close to $826 million. If there isn't a winner, the next drawing's Monday night.